Hello everyone, and today we are going to be talking about how the Accessory update in TCA has led to this. I want to preface this video by saying two things. The first is that the staff team at TCA is incredible and have been nothing but kind and helpful to me, and I appreciate that a lot. Obviously, don't go and harass anyone on the development team or anything like that. Secondly, I love the accessory system in TCA. It adds so much variety to builds, and in concept is an incredible addition. That being said, it has a number of problems with it that I want to talk about today. As you just saw, by combining Diavolo's outfit and Jonathan's chestplate, we can deal 166 damage in a true combo off of a block break. Now, a few people watching this are going to point out that this test was performed against dummies, which don't have any defense, and rightfully so. Truthfully, that clip with the massive combo was just added for dramatic effect. All we have to do to get the real overpowered build is take off Jonathan's chestplate and put on Heavenly Hand. Now, how does this change the build? Well, for starters, we lose 20% of our damage, which sounds bad until you realize that we now have Heavenly Hand on. Heavenly Hand makes all attacks you do deal true damage, meaning they now bypass all defense. Not only that, but we no longer lose any of our health because we aren't wearing Jonathan's chestplate, so we're back to base durability. In the background, I'll be showing how much damage the combo does with the new setup using Heavenly Hand. It still deals 135 damage, but now it's true damage. If our enemy is wearing defensive accessories, they're useless now. We can deal our massive amounts of damage, and the enemy is entirely powerless to stop us unless they're playing GER. A maxed out player has 300 HP. That means we're dealing over a third of our opponent's health in one combo off of one block break, all without using either of our most powerful tools, being our beatdown and our time stop. That is, frankly, an absurd amount of damage. Most players are not maxing out their health either, and so in some cases we might even be dealing over half of the enemy's HP off of one block break. Getting half killed because you make one mistake isn't very fun. M1 trades in TCA usually result in the winning party getting maybe 40 to 50 damage and taking some damage themselves. Getting hit by this combo is the equivalent of dramatically losing 2 to 3 M1 trades. I've said enough about the sheer strength of this combo now, so we're going to move on to the different justifications people have tried to give for the huge damage that can be dealt. I just want to start off this section by saying that I'm going to be actively criticizing other people's reasonings and explanations. I want to make it very clear that I have nothing against anyone whose points I bring up in this section. Obviously, do not go and harass anyone whom I disagree with in this section. Now that that's out of the way, we can talk about the two main justifications I see for the absurd damage that you can dish out. The first one is that the meta needs time to settle and it'll be fine, or variations of that. At this point, because I'm slow at making videos, the meta already has settled a lot, so I won't talk about this for too long. In any case, the problem is that, while there is some counterplay, there's ways around the counterplay. The main thing people are probably thinking of is that you can use your barrage to get out. Although this is true, there are a few problems with this. The first is that if the person doing the combo is prepared for this and barrages back quickly, now the enemy is just eating a barrage that is also going to be boosted by your insane block break damage buff. The second problem is admittedly a lot more niche, but Six Pistols, one of the already weaker stands in the game, has to fully commit to its barrage. It cannot stop partway through. This means that Six Pistols, one of the weakest stands in the game, can't even catch someone who's not paying attention off guard and escape because they have to fully commit to their barrage. So they either eat a ton of damage, or eat a ton of damage. Even when the meta settles, it won't change how powerful this build is. The second major argument I've seen a lot is that good players don't get block broken or parried at high-level play, and bad players like insta-kills. This argument originates from Eclipse's video about the TCA update. I'm going to give another reminder, again, do not go and harass Eclipse or anyone else just because I'm disagreeing with them here. I'm actually a frequent viewer of Eclipse's content and generally agree with what he has to say about the update. He also did say bad players like insta-kills as a jab at Block's fruit, so it's clearly not a very serious argument. The problem then is that if it is not a serious argument, then bad players do not like being insta-killed. However, if this argument is serious, and it is genuinely believed that bad players like being able to instantly kill each other, there would not be such a massive outcry about this. Realistically, most of the population is not very good at the games. Playing 1v1s, I slaughter about 80 to 90% of my opponents with very little effort. If bad players were okay with being able to be instantly killed, there would not be such large public backlash. Some of you are probably thinking, and rightfully so, that skilled players demolish bad players anyway, so why does it matter? The problem with this is that before accessories, while new or bad players would certainly be easily beaten by more experienced ones, they would die much slower and feel less lost as to why they were being slaughtered so badly. Multiple times in 1v1s that I have played, people have actively complained to me that I am overpowered because of my accessories, and then mention that they don't know how to equip them in the first place. Being killed by other players who are not only much better than you, but seemingly do twice as much damage is not fun and very discouraging. Imagine being new to the game or bad at the game and not knowing why your enemy is dealing 20 damage per M1 after block breaking you. Other than that, what about mid-level play? I consider myself somewhere in between the top level of players who have an excellent grasp on the game's mechanics and have incredibly solid combat skills, and the majority population who aren't very good. When fighting other people around my level, I get block broken or parried usually once or twice per match. Before accessories, getting block broken like this would deal around 70 to 80 damage to me, less than a third of my health. Now, with accessories, when I get block broken, it could be completely devastating and half kill my character. For mid-level play, losing half of your health because of one mistake makes trying to get better at the game incredibly frustrating. That's all I've got to say regarding the justifications I see for the problems with Diavolo's outfit. I would like to shift towards talking about some of the other accessories for a little while, because while Diavolo's outfit is the most egregious, some of the other accessories cause problems as well. I'm mainly going to talk about Heavenly Hand in this section. Heavenly Hand is an accessory that makes you pierce all defense with no downsides. Realistically, almost everyone is going to have some defense, be it from their spec or their accessories. The main problem is not with people ignoring the 10 to 25% of defense people might normally have. The problem is that another accessory, Black Iron, gives you a 50% defense bonus when you get block broken or parried, making it much less punishing to make mistakes. This is a great crutch for beginners, and not a bad choice for mid-level players. At least, it would be if it weren't for Heavenly Hand. Heavenly Hand bypasses the defense given by Black Iron, and isn't a bad accessory on its own, meaning it completely bypasses the crutch beginners could have used to make their learning easier. Not only that, it practically invalidates any defensive playstyle that is not based on healing. Truthfully, I don't know what a good solution would be here, but I will always be an advocate for just cutting the numbers in half, or to 2/3. Basically just making Heavenly Hand ignore 50% or 66% of defense instead of all of it. In any case, I've rambled on about Heavenly Hand long enough. Supposedly Silver Blade is also really powerful, but I haven't experimented with that one enough myself to say anything about it. Anyway, that's about all I have to say. Now, let's move on to the conclusion of this video. There's a few things I wanted to say here that wouldn't fit into the other section of the video. I'm sure someone is gonna say, landed in ranked, so here you go. Otherwise, if you're wondering why I didn't use the OP haha one-shot build in the background footage, it's just because I don't think it's very fun for me or my opponent. In any case, I really love accessories, they're super fun to mess with, and honestly, a lot of them are really well balanced. I love the build variety they introduced to the game, and really hope that they can become a more stable and fair part of the game. There's also a ton of other jank and OP combos on basically every stand, but the Whirl is my favorite to play by far, so I figured I'd show it off here. I mean, the hand can do like 145 single hit damage with its erasure or something like that. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I just want to say that I am making this video out of love for TCA and genuinely hope it thrives. Alrighty, that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching this video. Like if you enjoyed it, dislike if you didn't, even though I won't be able to see it. And if you disagree with something I said here, let me know. I want to hear other people's opinions and thoughts on this. That's all. Have a good one.